Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2026. It is day 15 of our life cycle of a chicken unit. We are 6 days away from hatching. Our chicks are set to hatch on Monday, May 4th, 2026, and it's so exciting and we cannot wait. So we're going to very quickly flip through the embryo development for the first 15 days. And we're going to talk a little bit today about what's happening on day 15. This is 13, 14, and 15. Today, the small intestines go inside the body. So remember how we talked about how the chick is stuck inside the egg for about 24 hours before he's able to get out, right? That pipping and zipping takes a long time. This picture is actually incorrect. Our chicken needs to be facing the other direction because the air sac is down here at the fat part of the egg, right? So inside the egg, you have the yolk, which has kind of dissipated, like it's kind of spread out at this point over 15 days of being very hot and warm inside. It's not this cute little round ball anymore. It's kind of spread all the way out. And as it has done that, you have some yolk that is still floating out here. You also have parts of the chicken's body that's still floating out here. So there's a sort of umbilical cord that is attached to the chicken, and in that part process right there are the small intestines. It's really cool. So the small intestines, if you look at your body, what you have is, let me see if I can write on here. What you have on the inside of a chicken's body basically is you have their mouth, right? Their beak. Let me make this a little bit smaller so I'm not all over him. So the food would come in his beak and go down a passageway, right? And then it's going to get to his stomach area. Just like with your stomach area, you have an esophagus, which is like a tube leading down your throat into your big stomach area. You have large intestines in here, and you have small intestines that come, and then they follow kind of like this, like a worm. Your food goes down into your stomach, it goes into your large intestines, then it goes into your small intestines, which continues to go back and forth like that. So you have your large intestines, you have your small intestines, and then the food travels all the way through your system and goes out your bottom, right? And that's the whole digestion process. So when you go to the bathroom, you have processed food that went down your throat, in your stomach, through your large intestines, through your small intestines, and out your bottom. That's the way it works. It's the same way with a chicken. Now, so today, the small intestines go inside the body. You're going to be writing a funny story today about wondering where the small intestines were before they soaked up inside of his body. So where were they? Before they go inside his body, where are they? Are they floating around out here somewhere? You can say that they went to Disney World. You can say that they went to McDonald's. His small intestines, part of his stomach was where? That's the funny part of the story today. We're going to learn 2 new words today. The first one is poultry. The word poultry means fowl, and fowl means birds like chicken, turkey, ducks, and geese. So when you go in the grocery store, you may see a sign that says poultry. That is just telling you what kind of meat they're selling. So in the grocery store, you might find turkey for sale, you might find chickens for sale. In other countries or in other restaurants, they may order different kinds of meat that might be served there. You might eat duck at another place, at another restaurant, or in another country. We don't, in Georgia, eat duck very often, but some, fancier restaurants may serve duck. When we went to China to visit Benjamin, a lot of duck was served. They had a lot of duck eggs, quail eggs, turkey, chicken, of course. But so when you go in the grocery store, that might be where you find this word poultry. Next time you're in the grocery store, look for that. Poultry means fowl, and fowl is our second word. Fowl means a wild or domesticated bird. birds in the wild are birds that are not someone's pet, right? They are just free to fly wherever they want to fly. This word domesticated, this juicy vocabulary word domesticated, means that the bird is someone's pet. So you might have a friend who has a pet bird that lives in a bird cage in their house. That's what that word means. So today we've learned two new words, poultry, which means fowl, and fowl means birds, right? They can be wild birds or domesticated birds like chicken, ducks, turkeys, and geese, right? Those would all be examples of poultry. The last thing we're going to do today is look, probably for the last time, at our eggs. Let me turn the lights off for just a minute. The closer we get to day 18, the closer we are to not being able to see inside the eggs anymore. On day 18, we are going to take the eggs out of these yellow trays and we're going to lay them down in the bottom of the incubator. We're also going to raise the humidity level up so that they get ready for that hatching process. So let's see if we're still able to see anything inside the egg at this point this morning. The closer we get to hatch day, the more everything starts to close up. All right, I'm looking on this one. You tell me what you see. I'm turning this thing around and around. Do you see blood vessels? Do you see a black eye anywhere? I see this dark shaded area, but it's kind of bouncing around. Do you see that? I think that we have found another egg that is not fertilized. I thought I had found them all, but I'm going to set this one over here. I think we have found one that is not developing. Let's see if we can look at the difference. This one is kind of dark. I'm not sure we'll be able to see. All right, do you see the difference between this egg and the one we just looked at? See how it's gotten completely black almost all the way around, has a beautiful air sac down at the bottom. You can see blood vessels. If I be very still, you can still see movement. Look at that. This egg looks totally different than the one we just took out, didn't it? There's nothing inside that other egg. Look at there. Can you see them all? Look. We've got something moving around in there, either his beak, his feet, feathers. He's definitely moving, definitely living. This is a good one to look at this morning. Oh, look at his little beak opening and shutting. You see it right there? Look. Oh, boys and girls, this is a good one. Okay, today we are on day 15. It is Monday, April the 27th, 2026, and we have 6 days left. How exciting!